Hey guys, Danny Johnson here, and I just want to show you my experience with buying some kits from Milwaukee, what I think the best combination values are. So there's quite a few. Here I have 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch, 1/2 inch drive, and then some impact sockets that are 3/8 inch drive for that one and 1/2 inch drive over here. So something important to know, it shouldn't come by surprise, but the kits are more expensive the bigger drive size that they are. So the 1/4 inch is going to cost less than the larger 3/8 inch, and then the 1/2 inch drive is going to cost more than that, and so forth. But when you're doing your shopping, a lot of times you think, well, if I buy the biggest kit available, then it's going to give me the best price. And what I'm going to show is that's not always the case. So I did the research, and these are the kits that I bought. And I'll give you part numbers. You can check the video description for a summary if you want to get the numbers all straight. But I'll show you what I've found was the best value to get this assortment of tools. Something to note is if you go to get any of these that have the Packout case, it's more expensive. These do stack on each other and they're versatile. When you open them up, you still can take these trays out. So you could still put these in the toolbox, which that was my intention with these, was to have nice kits that can go in the toolbox when I pull out the drawer. It's all lined up. It has a place for everything. Okay, so that's what I was really going after. And it's not that the Packout won't do that, but the Packout case is a little bit bigger. And so you're going to be taking these out of that case and have a bunch of Packout cases floating around, where these ones come in a case as well. It's not as pretty, it's just a red case, but you can still pack these up if you needed to. So here's basically what I found. First of all, we'll start with the impact sockets here. This is a really good kit. If you look at the range on this, it goes from 8mm up to 19mm, and standard 5/16 up to 3/4. So that's a really good value, a really good range of sockets, and it does deep and regular shallow sockets. So the part number is 49-66-7009. These usually go on sale around Black Friday. Check the video description too. I'll put links where you can purchase these. But on Amazon, be careful, because I see a lot of these that are, you put in the part number and an off-brand comes up that looks identical. So just be careful of that. Okay, 4968-7012. This was the best kit that I could find for the larger impact sizes. You'll find kits that are smaller than this, but they skip a few. And so if you want to get, what I was really wanting is just start to finish, get all the sizes. Now there will be some overlap, between these, 3/8 inch, 3/8 inch, but you do have a 1/2 inch drive and a 3/8 inch drive, so that's okay. But anyway, those were the two kits that I found were the best for the impact sockets. For your chrome sockets, basically what you learn here is, like I said, it's not always a better deal to get just the biggest amount of sockets, but you can save some money if you get these kits that are combined. So 1/2 inch drive, you can get this kit in only the metric and then the standard. You can buy those separate, but you are paying more money, and that's because you're also paying for a second ratchet and probably another extension, where this kit will give you these 3 pieces. A second kit would give you another ratchet and other extensions. So that's kind of why you're saving the money. Also, you're not paying for a second case. So this 1/2 inch drive one was the best deal to get it, this way. Now, when we go to the 3/8 inch drive, same thing. You can buy separate the metric and the standard, but you're going to be paying again more for another ratchet, another case, and everything like that. So this is another situation where it's better to buy it combined, where it gives you one ratchet with more sockets. The 1/4 inch drive set, again, same thing. This is the way to buy them, where you're basically paying for one ratchet and then all of the sockets that way. Now, they do make a kit that has these two together, and it comes in a Packout case, and so it was actually a lot more expensive that way. So here's the breakdown what I did was I numbered each of these kits as number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as an example. And I did all my research and checked off what was in each case. That took the most amount of time. Okay, but basically 4822-9486, as it shows here, is you're getting the 9004 and the 9008 kit, which are these two. So you're buying both of those, but you're actually paying more. And that one does come in the Packout case, so that might be part of the reason why. But it was actually more affordable to buy these two separate. So buy the 9004 and then go buy the 9008 separate. Check that pricing. For me, that was actually a better deal. Okay. Then if you look at this kit, which is the 3/8" drive kit here. So this is the 9008 kit. And if you look at all the sizes and everything, it was the same as buying kits 4 and 5, which is just a 3/8" kit for metric and standard. But again, you're paying again for another organizer, you're paying for another ratchet. So if you want duplicates, do the pricing, it might be better for you. But what I found out is it was actually better to buy these ones individual. So, or these ones combined. So in the end, the best deal that I found was kits number 2 and 3. So that's the 9008, and that's going to be this one here that has both the standard and metrics for 3/8" drive, and then separately buy the 9004, which was this one and that one. So in review, for 1/4" 48-22-9004, for 3/8" 48-22-9008, for 1/2" 48-22-9010. Those are the kits that I would suggest if you're trying to go from start to finish. After you compare everything, what the best deal is, what comes in each kit, this is the best value. If you want to pay a little bit more, go for the Packout version of that. But just know you're best off when you're buying metric and standard together with one ratchet for each of these sizes. That's how you're going to save the money. If you try to buy the kits individually, you're getting extra ratchets and extensions and some things, different cases, and maybe that's worth it to you. But this is what I found was the best value. Okay, so in the end, this is how I like it set up. I had to turn some of these sideways to get it to fit, but you have your 1/4", 3/8", and 1/2" drive, and then other kits that we have along the way. But that's how you want all your sockets to look. Opening up the drawers, just having everything lined up. You can see what's missing, and works out really well. So as a great example here, let's say that you were going to remove this idler here. You can see that this doesn't quite fit down in there, even with the short one. This isn't a deep socket. Even the short one's going to have a hard time getting onto that, and you're going to be hitting other obstructions. So what you can do is use a wrench in combination with this. So by comparison now, you can see that we can fit this wrench on with a lot more room because we're not having the ratchet head in there. So that's how these are designed to work. They can help you get in on some pretty tight spaces this way. So thanks for watching. Please check the video description for more information. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Thanks, guys. All right, end result. There we go. 1/2" drive, 3/8", 1/4. Had to turn some of the DeWalt sideways, but still have those kits as well. So that's exactly what I was looking for, is being able to have something that I pull this out and have everything here, it all has a place and you can tell when something's missing.